You're consistently losing money in the markets, and it's not because of your strategy. It's because your subconscious mind is secretly working against you. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how. I worked with a trader called Mark. He had a solid strategy, understood risk management, but he continued to lose money. Every time he was in a trade, he got out too early, and any profits he did make, he gave them right back to the market. He first came to me because he thought he was undisciplined, but I showed him that it was his subconscious mind working against him. With one mindset shift, it only took Mark 3 months to scale up to 600,000 in funding, and now he's consistently pulling payouts from the market. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I showed Mark. Now, I want you to comment below this video any trading psychology challenges you're facing, and I'll offer you some insights. Okay, by the end of this video, you're going to discover what the subconscious trap is and what's keeping you unprofitable as a trader. And whenever you do make profits, what's making you give it all back to the markets. I'm going to show you why and how your brain tricks you to staying unprofitable. And most importantly, I'm going to give you a very simple exercise to help you rewire your subconscious mind so you can start making profits consistently and you can scale up to large amounts of funding. Now, 99% of traders stay in this box X. They're stuck in outcome-based thinking, which is emotional, in the boom and bust cycle, and they stay inconsistently unprofitable. However, successful traders like Mark, for example, implement what I'm going to show you in this video to go from outcome-based thinking to process-based thinking. They're in box Y, where only 1% of traders ever get to. And these traders are sticking to their trading edge. They're scaling up to multi-six figures, even 7 figures in capital. They're getting consistent payouts every month, and they are consistently profitable. I've seen so many traders who are so close to consistent profitability, who are so close to getting to box Y, where the 1% of elite traders are. However, they end up staying in box X. They end up losing thousands of dollars instead of consistently pulling payouts out of the markets. So stay with me. What I'm about to share with you could completely alter your trading future. So what's the difference between these traders and these traders? Well, let's get into that. Now, I want you to think of your subconscious mind as a sponge, because that's literally what it is. I've broken this first diagram, this top one, into 3 components. You've got your past, you've got the present moment now, and you've got the future. And I just want to use this as an analogy to explain what's keeping you stuck with inconsistent results. Every single memory and moment, good or bad, is logged in the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is like a sponge that absorbs everything. Now, if a certain event supports what is of value to you at the time, and you label it good, that's logged in the subconscious mind as a positive experience. You have an association logged in the subconscious mind that if you ever relive that experience or it comes up as a memory in your mind, you have a very positive, pleasurable feeling and experience from that. A good, supportive, positive memory gets logged in the subconscious mind, and there's an association in the mind. It's logged there. So too, you can have what you perceive as a challenging, negative, evil experience logged in the subconscious mind. And whenever you relive that experience, you have these painful, negative feelings and emotions that you want to avoid. So I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying everything gets logged in the subconscious mind. And your brain creates experiences through neuroplastic wiring that then create your moral compass about what you believe is good and bad, right and wrong, and what you want to seek after and what you want to avoid. All these things are based on the subconscious programming. So I'm going to make a statement here that every human being and every trader is a byproduct of their programming in the subconscious mind. And we make actions and decisions and even perceptions based on what is logged in the subconscious mind. And we do this unconsciously, split seconds before we're even consciously aware of us making decisions. So in other words, every single human, every single trader is making actions and decisions based on the programming they have, their current wiring. And this is all happening before we're even consciously aware of it. So a lot of this happens without us even knowing. So it's very important to note that each of your perceptions in the future, whatever you perceive in the future, each of your decisions, each of your actions are as a result of our past subconsciously stored data of what we believe is good, what we believe is bad. We're going to make decisions to seek after whatever we've stored as good in the subconscious mind, trying to avoid whatever we've logged as bad and evil, and same with our actions. We're going to go towards what we think is good and avoid what we think is bad. Now, the problem here as a trader is that if we have an association log that winning is good and losing is bad, then whenever we experience wins as a trader, we're going to be very, very happy, very elated. We're going to try and seek after wins, and we're going to deviate from our plan, trying to seek after that pleasure of winning again. And whenever we experience an inevitable loss based on our sample space, we're going to be very pained. We're going to be in a state of fear. We're going to go away from our trading plan. And this is why I constantly make the statement that psychology is incredibly important in trading, but also that if you don't learn to rewire your subconscious mind, you're never going to be a consistently profitable trader. Because a consistently profitable trader is one who manages fear and greed and sticks to their trading plan. But if you have all these subconsciously stored experiences, good or bad, in the subconscious mind, which every human being does, then it's going to be very difficult to stick to your plan, and it's going to be impossible to achieve consistent profitability. So the one thing I want you to take from this first diagram is that all experiences are logged in the subconscious mind, and each of these experiences impact our perceptions, decisions, and actions into the future without us even knowing about it. Now, there are multiple repercussions of this same principle. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to share one with you. Just resolving this one is going to have a huge impact on your trading, but resolving all the rest is going to have even more of a positive impact on your trading. And I'll make future YouTube videos on this, so make sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell on. Now, what we're going to talk about today and what I helped Mark resolve is guilt and shame logged in the past. Now, this graph here is just your brain. You got the future, your future imagination, you got the past memory, and you have positive charges, you got negative charges. If you have logged guilts and shames of the past, like my client Mark did, what's going to happen is you're going to lower your self-worth. You're not going to feel worthy. You're going to have a lowered self-worth where you perceive to have let other people and yourself down in the past. You perceive to hurt and take away from people in the past. And you perceive to have done evil and bad things in the past. And what this does is these moments of guilt are logged in the subconscious mind, and they contribute to lowering your self-worth. Now, there is an altruistic compensation to logged guilt and shame of the past and lower self-worth. And people think that's a good thing because it'll be altruistic. But what actually happens is you don't feel worthy of holding on to money or having success or achievement or achieving your goals. So you find ways to squander your money, your trading profits, or self-sabotage your own goals because you deep down don't feel worthy of having those things. And this is exactly where Mark was. He had specific logged guilts in the past, a lowered self-worth, and deep down he didn't feel worthy of having trading profits, making money from his trading. So every time he got close to that, he found a way to squander it. Anytime he made money, he found a way to give it back. Anytime money got into his bank account, he found a way to spend it on other people's products because he was self-depreciating to a certain brand. He didn't feel worthy of having that money. He always found a way to give it back. And the reason was because of the guilts and shames that were logged in his subconscious mind, leading to lower self-worth. Now, if this video has been eye-opening so far, make sure you chuck it a like. It tells YouTube this is valuable content. Now, the great thing about the subconscious mind is also the worst thing about the subconscious mind is that it's a sponge. And the wiring in your brain is highly neuroplastic. And through Hebbian law, you can actually rewire your brain. So just because you have logged guilts and shames and low self-worth because of past experiences doesn't mean you're stuck that way as a trader. So what I want to show you is an exercise I took Mark through to help him rewire his subconscious mind and to alleviate and free himself from these guilts so that he could increase his self-worth. And as a result, he started to feel worthy of actually having trading profits. He felt worthy of being able to set trading goals and financial goals for himself and achieve those. And that he could make money, put it into his bank account without spending it and squandering it and self-depreciating and putting other people's brands up on a pedestal, thinking that they would bring something to him that he didn't already have. So the way you rewire your subconscious brain and alleviate the guilts and shames is firstly, you have to identify what's the specific guilt. Where do you feel like you've let yourself or other people down? Where do you feel like you've hurt other people or been a disservice to other people? And you want to find those specific moments, and you want to go in there, and you don't want to make anything up. You don't want to justify your actions or try and make things up to appease and make yourself feel better about certain actions. But what you want to do is you want to go in there and you want to ruminate and meditate on how what I thought was actually harmful and hurting another person, how did that actually serve and benefit them? How did it help them in life on their mission? Did it make them more independent? Did it help them level up and grow as an individual? Did it make them smarter? Did it make them wiser? How were your actions that you've been beating yourself up over and guilty over, how did that actually help serve and benefit that individual? Because sometimes what we do is we run a story and we ruminate on certain things, and society and everybody else says these are bad things, you shouldn't do those things. But what we fail to sometimes meditate and ruminate on is how our actions were of service and benefit to certain individuals. And in society, I think we're trained to be a little bit soft sometimes, and we think that we have to be nice to everybody, and we have to appease everybody, and we have to be supportive to everybody. But sometimes it's that nice, supportive, appeasing behavior that actually makes people soft and dependent, and it doesn't push people to grow to their full capabilities. Sometimes that tough love and sometimes being challenging and thought-provoking people and being the devil's advocate to people is actually what helps them level up and grow. So at times, being challenging and pushing people is actually exactly what they need to grow and level up. So if you have specific guilts and shames that are contributing to low self-worth, I want you to identify what those things specifically are, and I want you to ruminate, not make anything up, not try and justify your actions, but go and have a look at how your actions were of benefit and service to that person. Because their benefits will be there, but they're blinded by your bias because you've constantly been running a story about how bad and evil those actions were. And you bought into society's rules as opposed to just having a look at how your actions were of service to people. And when you do that, you simultaneously increase your self-worth, you feel more worthy, and as a result, you feel worthy to make money, hold on to it, grow and scale your funding, and make more and more profits without having to altruistically squander that and give it back to the market and spend that and give it to other people and try and rescue other people. But this comes down and your self-worth goes up and you feel worthy of having success. And guess what? When you're elevated as an individual with true self-worth and now you're making money from your trading, you then feel out of inspiration and love to go and help other people and to be altruistic in your cause. You're not trying to be altruistic anymore out of desperation and trying to appease yourself and make yourself feel better because of the guilt, but now you're truly altruistic because you have made more than what you believe the standard should be, and now you're actually going out to help other people as well. In my opinion, that's a much wiser way to be altruistic as opposed to just being altruistic to make yourself feel better because of the guilt. Now, I could go on and on about this topic, and I could go on many different tangents, but if you want to learn more about the subconscious mind and about human psychology and how your psychology is stopping you from consistent profitability, make sure you download the Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset 2.0. It's a completely free course, and I'm going to blow your mind in that program. So check that out. First link in the description, first link in the first comment. If you don't already have that, make sure you grab it. Okay, traders, if you found this video useful, make sure you share it with another trader that you know needs to hear it.